Hello everybody, welcome to week 3 of our Ranunculus knit, and we are going to be jumping into the body. So this episode is for everybody. So grab something warm to drink and your favorite project and yarn over with us.
And I said, you have just made my day.
Hey there, friends. We are so glad that you are back with us today, and we have a lot of fun, exciting things to share. My name is Susie Lanier, and I live here in Huntsville, Alabama. Welcome. We're going to have a great time today.
Yes, we are. And my name is Linda Belcher, and I live in the Charlotte area of North Carolina. And as Susie said, we are going to have a fun episode, so stay to the very end. We're going to do our episode a little backwards again. We're going to get right into the sweater knit, and then we're going to talk about other fun things. So,
Linda, I got something to show you. Looky here.
2004.
2004 subscribers.
Wow.
We made it to 2000 and we bumped over. And so thank you everyone that is watching, that is subscribed. If you're new and you haven't subscribed. Our yarn circle is growing and we are thrilled. You know, I was looking back and it took us about just over 15 months because back in August of last year, we had been recording and had the channel for a year. And it took us about 3 more months past that to hit our 1,000 subscribers. And we've hit the 2,000 mark in just over 3 months more. So the first 1,000 took us over 15 months. And the second 1,000 has taken us just over 3 months to get there. And so
isn't that wild?
That is so exciting. That's so exciting.
Oh, I went to bed at 1999 and I took a picture of it. And after I went to bed, Susie actually texted me and I woke up this morning saying we were at 2000. And of course, then it was 2003. And while we were getting ready for the episode, it's 2004. So that's exciting. It really is like popcorn. You know, it kind of sizzles and it sizzles and it's pop, pop, pop. And then, so anyway, well, welcome everybody. Yeah. So last week, we'll get right into the sweater and then we'll pull out the junk drawer. We'll get to all of our other stuff. Last week we left off finishing with the, talking about the raglan section. So Susie, how's your sweater going?
It's going good. I had a light week at work this past week, but I filled it with other things. And so the only time that I really could work on the Ranunculus was when I was home because I was having to follow a pattern. So I did get the raglan increases done. And I just had, last week I think I had just a few rows left on the yoke, and then I've gone into the raglan. I finished that. So the next thing that I'll be doing is setting up for dividing for the sleeves. So
all right, gotta put my readers on. So let's see it.
All right. Here it is.
Look at that. Susie, that color is so fantastic on you. And you look at the Valentines in the back. You match. It looks great.
And I put on my glasses. Here we go.
Oh yeah, the lady in red. There you go.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, isn't that fun?
It's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Have you had fun?
Yeah, it's and honestly, it has been not hard at all. You know, it's just been very enjoyable, and it is very fast. Because I really didn't start really focusing on the raglan part until a few days ago, and so it goes really fast. I mean, when you talk about how fast the sweater knits up, it's true. It knits up very fast. But this is going to be a good size. You know, I went down to, I was going to do sizes 6 and 8, and I went up to 8 and 10, and I'm glad I did. And I think it's going to be perfect. I really like it. So yeah,
Aw.
it's turned out
Okay,
great.
let's do show and tell. So leave that up there.
Okay.
And then, so look at us.
Oh, I love
It's like the strawberry and the
colors.
leaf and the leaf. Yeah,
I
no,
love
it's so
it.
fun. It's so fun. It's a fun sweater, I'm telling you.
It is a
It's
fun
it's just a
sweater.
fun. And you're using size 10 needles?
I am.
Yeah.
Eight for the neck, and of course I did the 90 stitch cast on with a long tail, 90 stitches with a long tail cast on with a size 8, then moved to size 10 when I started the yoke. So yeah,
Good.
it's going to
Well,
turn
good.
out really well.
Well, you're getting to the part where it's just going to be easy peasy because there's no more charting. So let's just jump into the body. There's really not a lot to say about the body, except you're going to want to consider how you want to do your hems on your sleeves and your body. So of course the sweater pattern has a rib section as a traditional sweater would, you know, ribbing at the cuff, ribbing at the waist. However, you can do it any way you want. If you do ribbing finishes on your sleeve and your waist, you want to make sure to go down to that needle that you used here.
Right.
And the pattern will actually tell you to do that because that's the part where they suggest to use the smaller needles. We here suggested to do it also at the neck edge to give it a more stable, you know, neck edge. So you want to make sure that you put that either in your pattern or like bold it because it's already there, but like make sure you don't forget to switch your needles to the smaller.
It is easy to do that.
It is. Done that, been there,
very
done that.
easy. That's right.
And I actually was pretty much done with that. I mean, I was almost done with that bottom hem before I realized I had the wrong needle. So I just took it out and you know how that goes. So I'm just going to share my favorite bind offs. I know they have the Lori's Twisty bind off, and for the life of me, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I don't know why. So I actually looked up on YouTube for some bind offs, and I had mentioned this in another episode, but I have two favorites, one with needles and one a sewn bind off. So one is called the Stitch Stretchy bind off, and I will put the link for that YouTube below. That is a great one if you want to just stay with your needles and bind off. And it's real pretty, and they accommodate a knit and a purl because of course you're doing, you know, the that. The other one is by Ruke Official, and she does her sewn bind off. I think that's actually my favorite. It's just so pretty and it's really easy. It's just, you can actually go to Instagram and look up Ruke, R-O-K-E, official, and find her binding off. But it's basically, you're knitting through 3, or you slip as to purl 3, and then you drop 1 off. And those other 2 are still on, and then you take the next one and you drop it off, and so you're always adding 1 and dropping 1 off. So you just have 3, and it just turns out so pretty. So anyway, just look that up. She does have a website, and I think she has videos on her website as well. So I will put Ruke Official down in our description, but those are my 2 favorite. But of course you can try the Lori's Twisty. It was too twisty for me. I couldn't figure it out, but that's okay. I mean, that's the thing about knitting. I don't know if you guys happen to see Fruity Knitting and the episode with Zimmerman. What was her name? Elizabeth Zimmerman. But one of the things that really struck me in that whole conversation was people of old didn't depend on patterns. They learned the concepts of knitting. They learned what knitting, you know, what everything did, and they just did their own thing. And I think that's a beautiful thing about knitting, and that's why I love this pattern, is because I suppose other patterns would be the same, but there's so much room for doing different things. You know, you can do different bind offs, you can do different sleeve lengths, you can just learn all these different techniques and just do your own thing. So anyway.
And Linda, I think that episode with Fruity Knitting was actually with Elizabeth Zimmerman's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was with the
Oh,
daughter.
and you know what? It was like 7 years ago. And when I went, because I actually searched for it because I knew she did one, because I think it came up in one of my suggestions one time. So I knew she had one. And Andrew was on there. Oh, and I just, oh gosh,
I know.
because he was still alive. And actually, my husband, Danny, was watching it. He said, oh, was that her husband? And he's so interested in knitting now, I've got him hooked. And I said, yeah. And then we talked about it and talked about Madeline. And, because of course, Andrew did all of the video editing and all of the computerish stuff to get it onto YouTube. And I think Madeline stepped into that role. And, but, anyway, kind of made me sad because I didn't know that interview was so long ago. But anyway,
it was a while back.
so I just wanted to show you my I-cord. I did an I-cord edging. So here is my I-cord edging. So I finished mine. I did not block it, but you can see how pretty that'll be. And when I did my I-cord bind off, I did a 3-stitch bind off, and I went up 1 needle size so that this doesn't pucker. The one thing about an I-cord bind off is it tends to be tight. So you want to knit it loosely, don't pull it. And
now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm a little confused. You said that we were supposed to go down a needle size for our ribbing, but if you're not,
if you did the ribbing.
So if you're doing an I-cord bind off, you're not going down, you actually went up. Is that correct? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
But if you keep your same needle size, this tends to scrunch up. It'll be a little gathered because.
Right.
But you can, you know your knitting ability.
And on your own knitting and your gauge and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And so see how pretty that'll look though?
Yeah, that's going to look really nice. And you did it for your sleeves too.
Yes. And we'll talk about the sleeves. And I forget this every week, you guys, but if you have any issues on how to do anything, go to Sun Dragon Knit and Tips. She has got a whole playlist of each of the sections. And we'll talk about that next time where I had an issue, but I conquered it. But it was because I did different things on this sweater than I did my other two. And that's what's fun. I learn new things each time. So yeah, I'm very happy with the bind off. I think it's really pretty. The thing I want to make sure is when I block this, let me show you. I like how let me get this close up. I like how it's kind of rolled. Not this roll, but I mean, it looks like a little, there we go. Right. And I want to make sure this doesn't get flat. I like that little roundedness. So when I block it, I'll have to pin it right along the edge, of this but I don't want that flattened out. But I think for the type of top, I made mine a little shorter than I would a sweater, but I also know it's going to stretch because of the, fiber content. And I am going to put this over either a dress. I'm having a very hard time finding a dress. I ordered one and then, China doesn't want to send it to me or something. So I can't get it. They canceled my order on Amazon. But I'm trying to find a dress to put it over, a solid colored dress. So anyway, but other than that, really we're just going to knit the body. So hopefully you can get the body knit by next week, because then we're going to do sleeves. Yeah.
And Linda, could you give a timeline on what we're going to be doing as far as, because I know we're wanting to do a little fashion show with everybody sending in their pictures, and they need to know when the deadline is, because I need to know the deadline.
You need to know so you can have your sweater ready.
I blame it on all of y'all, but I really am the one that needs to know.
Well, so I think as of now, we have 5 or 6 submissions to the fashion show already.
That is
and
so amazing.
the farthest away is Scotland. I'm so excited.
Oh, that's
so we have
so
somebody from Scotland.
exciting.
Yep. And she was very creative with hers.
Hey!
Hi. So anyway, what we're going to do is the fashion show will be the very first episode of March. However, I am going on vacation, so I need your submissions
Why
by
are you going
February.
on vacation?
I know, because I really need a vacation. And so by February 23rd. So if you get your pictures in by 23rd, you can be in the
February.
fashion. Yes, yes.
February
So I will get
23rd
it
is
done.
Your deadline. Is my deadline.
Yeah, February
This is
23rd
my
to this
deadline.
address right here on the screen. And it's contactyarnoverwithus@gmail.com. So send an image. So here's what I also want to know. When you send your picture, let us know your yarn weight and the needle size you used, because those are the 2 things that people usually go to look for.
Yeah.
And we don't need to know like what yarn it was and everything, but what weight. Like mine's DK, I use a size 10.
And
Yeah.
make sure
And
you
you know
send
what's
the
kind of
picture
interesting?
as an attachment. And
As an
don't-
attachment, yeah. Don't
It needs to
insert
go
it
as an
because it's
attachment.
huge. But the thing about this body, so here's my body. So here, I'm going to stand up. I mean, I have not blocked it. This is a size 10. This is not that see-through at all. It's not see-through. Now it is up here, so you might see a bra strap, but if I wear a skin-colored, I'm going to wear a dress underneath anyway.
Yeah.
But that just shows now that, for some reason, that was the alpaca, and I used an 8. And I maybe could have actually used a larger size, which just means I would have knit it faster. All right, so submit your projects, and we'd love to see you guys in them. I mean, it's okay if you don't want to, but we'd love to see you in them.
Yes,
We're only going to
we
put your
would.
first name, so we'll put your first name, knit by, Susie, your yarn weight, and your needle size. So that's all we're going to have on there. So people won't know who you are if you don't want to be known. Oh, goodness. The next thing we want to talk about is our Zoom. We're going to do a Zoom this month.
We're going to do it on a Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And is it the 23rd?
First, 21st. It's a Saturday morning.
February the 21st on a Saturday
my
morning.
cheering. Yep.
Yeah, so
I'm excited.
So in order to get the Zoom information, you need to be a part of, we need to have your email address.
So it's yarnoverwithus.com, and then you'll see us subscribe to our newsletter. So go to our website,
go.
yarnoverwithus.com. So
.com.
yeah, I don't even know. Did you guys know we have a website? The website really is kind of a support website. It's where we put resources, certain things that we talk about. You'll see, knitting, crocheting, household, and you can find links, like the needles that we talk a lot about. It's so funny because I actually see people asking on little, Facebook groups about, I need circular needles, but I want to spend a fortune. I'm like, we have a deal for you. I mean, it's not ours. It's an Amazon thing, but it's like, we know of one, And so all of those, those types of things are there. We also have podcasts. So if you want to just listen and not use a lot of data, I don't know, I guess it would be less. But anyways, you can have the audios. I'm not totally caught up yet, but we have some on there. And we do have another resource where we have some documents on, figuring out how much yarn you need for a project. And then, of course, we refer to our Knit to Fit video on how to know what size. So there's things there. Go check it out. But if anything, just sign up for the email. So
There you go.
yeah, because we're going to send you an email with the login information for the Zoom. So we had a really good time on our Zoom last time. So
Just put it on your calendar.
yeah, put it on the calendar. It's only an hour. So have you been knitting anything else besides your sweater?
I have.
Oh,
I
haven't.
my comfort, I love knitting socks, but a lot of times if I'm sitting somewhere, my go-to comfort knitting is a dishcloth. And so I knitted a dishcloth this week.
Aww.
So, and I used, a lot of times I use the dishy cotton that I get from knitpicks.com. So
You like that? I've never ordered it.
Yeah, so dishcloth, comfort knitting. And then I was so disappointed when I didn't get to be a part of Knitting McPurley's blanket club. I had all intentions of doing it, but they went fast and I missed the deadline. And so, I'm doing 2 blankets for this year. And so I love at a homespun house with Molly, and have gotten lots of things from her. She's one of my favorite dyers. I love her eye for color, and she has a blanket club going on, and she's using I hope I say this right, boucle.
Y'all help me know how to say it. Yep, boucle.
She's doing boucle.
Isn't
And here
that
is the
something?
January color.
So hold up the yarn like in a string so I can see how fluffy it is. Oh, that is fun.
And it came in a hank, and so it wound very nicely. I didn't have an issue with it at all.
And what
this
is that
DK.
fiber content?
It's merino. It's
Is
100%
it
merino wool.
really? Ooh.
It's going to be a nice blanket.
Oh, it is. Because my boucle was an
enjoy
acrylic.
it.
It was something fake, and so it just nodded to high heavens.
This is amazing, and this is a beautiful color. For
Look
January.
at how she's got. Yeah, is that a purple or blue?
It's blue. It's kind of
Icy
like an
blue, yeah.
icy blue with a. It's a. Yeah.
I see navy in the middle, or like a nice, pretty.
Yeah.
Look at like in the middle of the.
Yeah,
pretty.
it is a beautiful color of yarn. And so this week I had a lot of time to do comfort knitting, and so I started on the blanket.
Oh, that is going to be a fun blanket. Love.
It is just so. It is going to be. You do a two. I think I cast it on 215 stitches, but anyway, it's her cozy comfort.
So is that the length?
Blanket.
215 is the length?
Yeah.
Or is that the width?
I think this is the width, and so it is. So you can pick this pattern up off of Ravelry, but this is. I think the pattern. I can't remember how wide it said that it was going to be, but it's going to be kind of wide, So So this is my January, and I'm waiting for my February to come in. It hasn't come in yet, but I did comfort knitting this week, which I absolutely love.
Show me your needle stoppers.
Oh, my needle stoppers.
Are they bunnies?
They're little bunnies.
They are. Okay. Oh, how cute.
Little bunnies.
Well,
We'll
when
be
you
at
get to
Easter
the
before you know
body,
it.
when you get to the body of your ranunculus, it will be comfort knitting because there's no pattern. You just knit until.
I'm
so
kind
you're
of
there.
almost there. I'm getting ready to
Good.
be there, so I'll be able to
Yeah.
do because I got a busy week this week too. We all
Yeah.
do, but anyway,
Yeah.
I'll need that comfort knitting this week. And so that's all that I got done this week. This week I've got Mary Catherine coming in with the 2 youngest children, and I've had to take off work for next week because I'm going to be taking care of a 7-month-old and a 2-year-old. I'm going to have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, you'll be busy. Your
Their
days will go
parents are going
fast
on
and
a
you'll
trip.
sleep well.
Yep, that's right. That is exactly right. So, that's what I've done this week.
Well, I'm planning my next project, which I'm going to have several because, I'm going to be in the car a lot. So I'll get a lot of knitting time. But it's really funny. When I was at the fiber fair in Asheville, we had showed some pictures of things that I found interesting, and I bought the yarn for one of them. And it's like a short sleeve top, you know, like that. And I thought, well, and so I kind of bought like a sunrise orange color, and I thought that'd be real pretty, and I like the pattern. And so I went back to my phone to look at my images, and you won't believe what pattern it was. I'm going to put the photo up here, but it's the summer sorrel. It's the short sleeve version of my Advent.
Serious?
But I'm not going to knit
that
it.
pattern. You were really drawn to that pattern.
I guess because it is very pretty pattern with all the little V's up there. And since I just knit the sweater, I'm not going to make it the summer sorrel. So I'm going to make something else. But so there's my, because well, I'm done with my ranunculus. So, and then I ordered from Chelsea Yarns. I have never knit with mohair, and it is lace weight. So I have all those colors, all that yarn, all those minis from my other Advent, and I'm gonna knit some little scarves, some Sophie
That'll be
scarf
fun.
Size scarves. I don't know if I'm going to knit the Sophie scarf, but just little around your neck, you know, neck warmers.
One time you said, we were talking about mohair and how it made yarn look when you add it, and you said, you know what, mohair is like adding cream to coffee, and I just love that. She said, you know, cream to coffee just softens the look of the coffee and makes it
and the
cozy
taste
and nice. And the taste. And so mohair is like adding cream to coffee.
Well, I just thought here's the thing. I just thought if I'm going to make a simple pattern to go around my neck, you jazz it up with this, is my thought. I've never knitted with lace weight, but of course I'll be carrying it with my, and it's DK yarn. But I have never wound it before, so I'm going to be winding it. And I'll let you know how that goes.
It winds pretty easy. It's not
okay.
too bad.
I'm glad because I've never used it.
Yeah.
And mostly it's because of cost. I mean, you know, sweaters, you know, when you use good yarn cost enough, and then when you double it up with mohair, you're basically doubling the cost of your sweater.
Yeah,
and it's
you really
like,
are.
So,
yeah.
And but anyway, I'm excited.
We definitely
so I'll
don't knit to save money.
no.
We do
No.
not.
No.
Speaking of money, happy Valentine's Day to everyone.
Yes.
And you can see that a couple of years ago, I knitted this heart garland for this time of the year, and Mary Catherine loved it. And so that year I knitted two. So I made her one and made me one. So I am so proud of myself. I've already gone and got my husband his Valentine's Day card. And honestly,
Did you?
I call cards trash can money.
I know you do. It's
You know,
so funny.
anything that you
But I
buy,
agree.
and people are going to eventually throw it in the trash can. And when I go to buy these cards, you know, a card is $6, and I'm thinking,
Oh,
I told some friends that live here around me in Huntsville. They were talking about my birthday, and I said, "Oh, just go to the store and look through and find me a card, and then take a screenshot of it, and then just send it to me."
I love it.
And they did.
They
did.
did?
What they did. So if you want to save that $6, just go to the
that's
store,
so
find a card that
funny.
you like, and find a card that you like, and then take a screenshot of the front of it and on the inside of it, and then text underneath the image what you would have written in the card. And then I have a folder in my phone that says cards. You know, because if I have a card and I really like it and want to keep it, then I take a screenshot of it and then I throw the card in the trash can. So it truly is trash can money. But I'm very proud of myself. I have gone and bought my husband a Valentine's Day card already. And, you know, this past year in October, we've been married 43 years. And we started dating when we were 18 years old. We had our
Aw.
first date on October the 2nd of 1981. He asked me to marry him on November the 14th of 1981. And we got married October the 2nd, 1 year later exactly, October the 2nd of 1982, which was the anniversary of our first date. And so, you know, those people that say, oh, you know, you're too young to get married, and you know, oh, you've got to date 5 or 6 years, and oh, that's never
my.
going to work. I'm telling you, we have gone against all the odds. We got married at 19. We've been married 43 years. We dated 6 weeks or 11 weeks. No, October 6 weeks. We'd been dating 6 weeks when he asked me to marry him. However,
Oh, well, he knew he had a good thing. He just wasn't going to let you go. He's not a foolish man.
but I have never regretted getting married young. I really
Aw.
haven't. I have never regretted that. And he truly is my one and only. I will never have another one. You know, he is my sweetheart. So if you haven't gotten your Valentine's Day stuff, you've got a few days, go get it. And if you don't want to spend money on the card, just take a picture of it and send it to him. Tell him it was trash can money.
Oh, my
That's what I
husband.
think about flowers too. I guess I'm too practical. I see that flowers are trash can money, but you know, I think
I like
they're
live
beautiful
bulbs.
and-
I like getting
Yeah,
the live
yeah.
bulbs because I can
Yeah,
put them in
because
my
you
garden.
plant 'em, yeah. And
Yeah.
they are beautiful, but I just look at that and, you know, fresh flowers are very expensive. And so I would just rather him go get me a gift certificate and so I can get yarn.
Yeah.
I'd
I
rather
was gonna
buy
say, bring me a
yarn.
bouquet of yarn. That'd be
There
great.
you go.
And Danny is very romantic. He is twice as romantic as I am, and I really blame it on my German heritage. But
Yeah, well, I think my husband's a lot more romantic than I am.
well, and it's so funny because yesterday was our anniversary, and
Happy
our
anniversary.
thank you, and our anniversary is exactly 1 week from Valentine's. So to go and do twice so close together, we
Yeah.
just kind of skip over Valentine's. I mean, we acknowledge it, but we just don't, worry. But he always gets
Right.
me the Valentines, and in fact, one of them was just. It was kind of funny. It's something about being hot, and I keep that by my desk. This was a couple of years ago, and my grandson came in. He's 5, and he said, "Why is there fire on this card?" They always have funny things. I'm like, oh, never mind. Now Eleanor could read it if she wanted to, but anyway. But so on Saturday, of course. So yesterday was Sunday, and Saturday, the day before my anniversary, I went, oh, I got to go to the store. He's like, why? And I said, I don't have a card. He said, I didn't get a card either. I said, you didn't? And I said, oh, good. I said, don't do it. It's okay. And so, we kiss. And I said, but I'm not teaching you to be unromantic. So I was like, but I'm like, it's okay. But we're going to a banquet at church, which I'm really excited about. It'll be fun on Valentine's. So we are actually going out. But, it was our anniversary. And I said, on Saturday, I said, listen, let's not go out after all. I said, let's take the money we would spend on dinner, put it in our vacation fund. And because we have the best meat here anyway, I said, I'll pull some steaks out. We got to grill kind of early because it gets dark so early. But I said, let's just stay home. We can't even make better food. I mean, we can't get better food out than we can make here. And we have our wonderful Riverbend Ranch steak, and he knows how to make a steak. He knows what temperature to pull it, and it was delicious. We had a steak dinner, and yeah, we were home. My favorite place.
That's what Dorothy says anyway.
Yeah, I know. There's no place like
No place
home,
like home.
but we're at a place I think where we, if you really want good food, you kind of have to buy it yourself. So, and to go for a steak dinner and spend $50 a head, which is probably what it would cost nearly to get a good steak at a nicer restaurant. Not
But
a chain.
at the grocery stores are expensive too. My sister
Yeah.
Sherry was telling me that my brother went and picked up 6 steaks last week, I think it was, and he spent just over $120 for 6 steaks. It's crazy how much food is costing in the grocery store now. But
and my steak has, it's just as pure as can be. I mean, Riverbend Ranch, there's, they don't even vaccinate. They don't vaccinate their cows even for brucellosis or TB. They don't have to. So, I mean, you've got a cow that's just roaming, eating grass, and ends up on your table. So, I love it. But yeah, we are becoming meat snobs because, once you have really good meat, it's hard to go back. So, anyway, yeah, and Riverbend Ranch is part of our shopping club. So, anyway, yeah. Let's talk, our community. Today is Arlena's birthday. And Arlena, happy birthday, Arlena. It is today. And she does submit projects very often for the Spotlight, so you've probably seen her name. So anyway, it's her birthday. And we've been getting some really nice comments from everybody. And I just am so thankful because it just shows us that what we're doing is blessing others and giving you some levity and coziness in your day. So thank you for sending comments because we really do read every one of them. And many of them bring a tear to my eye.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I was reading the comment that Carolyn McGinn 7772, she made a comment that was really special. She mentioned that she had come across our channel, and she said that she said you were both a delight to listen to and find myself smiling to myself as I watch. And she said, and your laughter is so infectious, and what a blessing to me to find two beautiful Christian women who obviously love the Lord as much as I do. And she's getting ready to celebrate her 62nd birthday. So happy birthday, Carolyn, because by the time that you watch this, you've probably had it. So happy birthday. Hope you had a wonderful birthday. And she is also has joined us with the Ranunculus. And so we can't wait to see your sweater, Carolyn. And it's wonderful that our yarn circle is growing with like-minded women. And I love that.
Yes, and another plug for the Zoom. Come on the Zoom on Saturday morning. It's just an hour in the morning.
Yep. So join us there. And then Angie made the comment. She's joined us with the Ranunculus, and she mentioned that she got to the yoke and had to restart with needle sizes because of the size. And so we're right there with you when how you feel. And Angel found us through the Ranunculus videos, and she said, please do not take them down, and we won't.
Oh, I know.
We won't be taking them
down. We won't be taking them down.
And then Ruth Ann Bull 6515 said, what an awesome visit to Urgent Care Linda, and she said that she said that was a fantastic experience, and she said, and thanks for the podcast. So we just really have some really neat comments, and we've got some of the Yarn Circle that are commenting a lot, and so we love to get those comments and are thrilled to see that we have friends everywhere.
What's so funny?
All over the world.
So Marcy from Omnicon Studios watches and comments almost every episode. And I think of you, Marcy, so often when I see these videos that have like wild creatures who come to visit them. Because I remember you had a porcupine. I believe it was a porcupine that came to visit you. And so, I you know how it is on YouTube. Once you watch one video, they suggest others, the otter, the this, the that, the beavers, that show up and wombats. And somehow we watch and then we watch them and then we get more suggestions. But every time I see one, I think of Marcy, and she had a porcupine. They can throw those things, what do you call them? Yeah, the needles, spikes. And it's like, but obviously you know, this porcupine was not afraid of her and would come to visit. And I believe she let it in her house or her garage. So anyway, I think of you often. Yeah, so keep writing us. We enjoy seeing your interactions. And other than that, let's see, last week, speaking of Valentine's and anniversary, my son-in-law bought some Symphony tickets for him and my daughter to see the symphony of the music from a video game that they play. And it's some farm-based video games called Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley. Yes. Anyway, I'd never heard of it. And so because of a sick child, he couldn't go, but he still wanted her to go. So she asked me to go. And she's like, you know, here's what it's all about and this and that. And of course, I just love the symphony anyway. And the music is very soothing and very pretty. But the incredible thing about this whole symphony situation was, of course, you know, it was the music from the video game, but it had all like 2,000. I think he said there was 2,000 people in the auditorium who, of course, knew the scenes from the game. I'd never seen the game in my life. I didn't even know what it was much about except for farms. And they'd get to certain, you know, because they had like a screen while they're playing all their beautiful music, and there's a screen showing some of the scenes from the game, and they'd all yell and scream and laugh. And I just was so, I was entertained by how much fun they were having. It was really fun, and it was a great evening. You know, my daughter and I don't really get a lot of alone time. You know, her life is busy, and you know, when kids are around, you don't have a lot of time to talk usually. So that was really special. And I do believe I was the oldest person at the symphony. I think I was even older than the keyboard player, and he seemed to be, he had gray hair. They were, well, a lot of 30-somethings, and that's who's playing the games, you know, but it was a fun night. And so that I got to go on her anniversary. On her
anniversary trip.
Yeah. So that was fun. But we're just really kind of consumed with getting ready for our trip. You know, it's kind of like when you go on a cruise, you know, you have to pack for a different climate, and it's February. So we have to pull out all our summer clothes and see what fits, what doesn't fit, what we want to wear, what we don't want to wear. And we're just kind of getting ready. So yeah, that's what we did for our anniversary mostly, was just prepare for our trip, which is fun. So for this week, everybody, just work on your body, and we'll get back next week and talk about the sleeves and some sleeve tips.
Yes, and don't forget about this Zoom. Put it on your calendar, because we're going to be doing that on February the 21st at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a Saturday morning. And you need to make sure that you go and sign up for email.
Right. And also, when you do sign up for the email, go ahead and add connect@yarnoverwithus.com to your contact list, so that our email isn't rejected. Because you've never received an email from us, they sometimes think we're spam. After you subscribe for our email, you should get a confirmation. If you haven't gotten one, go look in your spam folder. That's usually where it is. And then once you interact or add us to your contact list, you know, you'll find it, because you don't want to miss the email. And we don't send out a lot of them, I promise, but you don't want to miss the email with the information for the Zoom call. So anyway, all righty.
Make sure you subscribe and comment and hype us and all the good things.
Oh yeah, hyping. I did look up hyping. Hyping does help us go out into the algorithm a little bit more. Yeah. So if you want to share with others, you can do that, of course, intentionally with your friends and your knitting people, but you can just help YouTube do the work by hyping us. So anyway, alrighty guys, we will see you next week. Happy knitting. Bye-bye.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's. Bye.